Welcome to MRL. In this learning session, we'll be learning about cube numbers or perfect cubes. A number which can be expressed as a product of three equal factors is a perfect cube. For example, 8 can be expressed as a product of three equal factors, that is 2 into 2 into 2. Therefore, 8 is a perfect cube. 125 can be expressed as 5 into 5 into 5, and therefore 125 is a perfect cube. And the representation of a cube is n cube, where n is the base and 3 is the exponent. N is any number and 3 is the power or the exponent. That means n cube is a product of 3 n's, and therefore n cube is a general form or representation of a cube. Now it is read as n to the power of 3 or n raised to 3 or n cube. Now for example, minus 3 into minus 3 into minus 3 is that means I have multiplied minus 3 three times here, and therefore it is minus 3 cube, which is minus 27. So the cube of minus 3 is minus 27. So also cube of plus 3 is plus 27. Now what we understand here is that cube can be a negative number as well as a positive number. Please remember that. Now methods of finding cubes. There are different methods of finding cubes. We have got the product method, the identity method, and the column method. Now let us learn one by one. In the product method, we let us take an example here, 62 cube. So multiply 62 three times. 62 into 62 into 62 will be 238328, and which is the cube of 62, and that is what is the product method. In product method, just multiply the given number three times, we get the cube of that number. In the identity method, we have to use an identity. A plus b whole to cube is equal to a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube, and here 62 is split as 60 plus 2, a is taken as 60 and b is taken as 2, and using the identity and simplifying, we get 238328, and that is what is the identity method. In identity method, we have to use an identity, that is a plus b whole to cube is equal to a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube, and get the cube of the given number. In the column method, that is the third method. In the column method, to find the cube of the given number 62 cube, now assume that 6 as a and 2 as b. So make 4 columns here: a cube, 3a square b, 3ab square, and b cube. Now under b cube, write 2 cube. Under 3ab square, ab square, we have got 3 into a, that is 6, into b square, that is 2 square, and 3a square b, we have 3 6 square into 2, and a cube we have 6 cube. Now 6 cube is 216. 3 into 6 square into 2 is 216. 3 into 6 into 2 square is 72, and 2 cube is 8. Now we have got only one digit here, nothing to carry, so write down 8 below. Down there, and 72 we have got 2 here in the units place. Bring the digit in the units place down and write it below, and carry the 7 to the next column. Add 7 to 216, we get 223. Bring 3 down and write it below, and carry 22 to the next column. Add 22 to 216, we get 216 plus 22, that is 238, and there is no other column left. Therefore bring all the 3 digits 238 down. So therefore cube of 62 is 238328, and that is what is the same value with different methods. Now cubes of even numbers: 2 cube is 8, 4 cube is 64, 6 cube is 216. 2 is even, 4 is even, 6 is even, and all the cubes are even numbers. Therefore cubes of even numbers are even. Now cubes of odd numbers: 3 is odd, 3 cube is 27, again odd. 5 cube, 5 is odd, 5 cube is 125, again odd. Therefore cubes of odd numbers are odd. So cubes of even numbers are even, cubes of odd numbers are odd. Now sum of consecutive odd numbers form cubes. Now what does this mean? Now if you take 1 cube is 1. If you take 2 odd numbers, 2 consecutive odd numbers starting from 3 plus 5 are 2 consecutive odd numbers. Addition of that we get 8, and 8 is 2 cube. So 2 odd numbers when we add, we get 2 cube. When 3 consecutive odd numbers starting from 7 we add, we get 3 cube. When 4 odd numbers are added starting from 13, they are consecutive odd numbers. When 4 odd numbers, consecutive odd numbers are added starting from 13, we get 4 cube. And 5 odd numbers are added starting from 21, we get 5 cube. Therefore sum of consecutive odd numbers starting from a particular number, we get the cubes of different integers. Now to find the first odd number, now the important thing in this is to find the first odd number, that is 1, 3, 7, 13 and 21. Later on they are all consecutive odd numbers. Now we can use the relation n square minus n minus 1 to find the first odd number in each case. Now for example, in case of 2 cube, the first odd number is 3. And how do we get that? Put here n square. We have got n square here. Put 2 square. See, if you observe here, we can use this or you can directly find it out. 2 cube is 2 square minus 1. 4 minus 1 and is 3. When it is 2 cube, take 2 square and subtract 1, we get 3. When it is 3 cube, take 3 square, subtract 2, we get 7. When 4 cube, take 4 square, 1 less than 4 is 3, subtract 3, we get 13. 5 cube, 5 square, 1 less than 5 is 4, subtract it, we get 21. Or we can use to find out the first odd number by using the relation n square minus n minus 1. And therefore 10 cube, we should have 10 odd numbers, but we have to find the first odd number, that is 91, and that can be found out by putting here n as 10. So 10 square is 100. Then we have got 10 minus 1 is 9, 100 minus 9, 100 minus 9 is 91. That is what is the method. Now if you want to find 6 cube, we have to add 6 odd numbers, but to find the first odd number, we have to put n is equal to 6. 6 square is 36, minus 6 minus 1 is 5, 36 minus 5 is 31, and that is the procedure of finding out the first odd number. The simplest method is for finding out the first odd number, take 2 square, subtract 1, we get 4 minus 1 is 3. For getting the first odd number 7 here, take 3 square, 3 square is 9, subtract 2, we get 7. And to find the first odd number 13, take 4 square, 4 square is 16, minus 3 becomes 13, and that is the procedure of finding the first odd number. Once we get the first odd number, then write the consecutive odd numbers to get the sum, which is a perfect cube. So 1 is 1 cube, 3 plus 5 is 8 is 2 cube, and so on. So please remember this method of finding out the sum of consecutive odd numbers to get a perfect cube. Now sum of odd numbers also give a perfect cube by starting from 1, but it is slightly different from this method. Now 1 is 1 cube. 1 plus 7 is equal to 8, that is 2 cube. 1 plus 7 plus 19 is 27, which is 3 cube. And further, 1 plus 7 plus 19 plus 37 is 64, is 4 cube. 1 plus 7 plus 19 plus 37 plus 61 is 125, it is 5 cube. Now here all the numbers start from 1, but we have to know how to find out the subsequent odd numbers. And for that we have a formula, n minus 1 into 3 plus 1, to find these odd numbers. Let us understand this. 1 is equal to 1, put here 1, that means 1 minus 1 is 0, this becomes 0, therefore 1 we get the first odd number. Now put n is equal to 2, 2 minus 1 is 1, and 3 into 1 is 3, 3 into 2 is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7, we get 7 here. So like that we can find out for n is equal to 3 it is 19, n is equal to 4 it is equal to 37, n is equal to 5 we get 61, n is equal to 6 we get 91. So add these odd numbers. After 1 we have got 7, 1 plus 7 is 8, 1 plus 7 plus 19 is 27, 1 plus 7 plus 19 plus 37 is 64, which is 4 cube. So we have added 5 odd numbers here to get 5 cube, we have added 6 odd numbers to get 6 cube, 7 odd numbers to get 7 cube. But to find these odd numbers we have to use the relation n minus 1 into 3 plus 1 to get these odd numbers. So when we know these if you find these odd numbers, then it is very simple to find out the number of odd numbers to be added, because 1 cube only one odd number, for 2 cube it is 2 odd numbers, but we should know how to find out 7, and that can be found out by this formula. So remember this, to find out the sum of odd numbers starting from 1. Please remember, it starts, each of the sum start from 1 and subsequently the odd numbers are added. Remember this. Now to find if a given number is a perfect cube, this is very simple. To check if a given number is a perfect cube, for example, if I take 125, find the prime factors of this, we get 5 into 5 into 5, which is a triple. Whenever the factors are triples, then it is a perfect cube. So 125 is a perfect cube because it is expressed as a product of 3 factors, 5 into 5 into 5, and that is what you have to remember. Now to check if 52488 is a perfect cube, and if it is not a perfect cube, then what has to be multiplied to it, or by what it has to be divided to make it a perfect cube. So let us understand this. Now 52488, the first important step is to find the prime factors. Find the prime factors, we get a triple of 2, a triple of 3, again a second triple of 3, and a pair of 3. Now all are not triples here, because all are not triples, 52488 is not a perfect cube. Now to make it a perfect cube, one method is multiply it by 3 to make it, when you take multiply by 3, then again we make it a triple. So make it a triple multiplying by 3. So when I multiply 52488 by 3, I get 157464, which is 100% a perfect cube of 54. So we get a perfect cube here by multiplying by 3. The second method is eliminate this 3 into 3. That means I have to divide it by 9. Divide 52488 by 9. We get 5832, and that is 18 cube. Therefore, to find out if a given number is a perfect cube and what has to be multiplied or divided to make it a perfect cube, then the method is find the prime factors, triple them. If all are triples, it is a perfect cube. Nothing has to be added or subtracted, nothing has to be multiplied or divided, and then find out which are not triples. Either you make it a triple or eliminate it. To make it a triple, multiply it by 3, and to eliminate it, divide it by 9, and that is the procedure of finding out whether a given number is a perfect cube and what has to be multiplied or divided to make it a perfect cube. Now, cubes of rational numbers, it's again very simple. 5 by 7 cube, rational number is 5 by 7, we want to find the cube of this. Then 5 by 7 cube is nothing but multiplying 5 by 7 3 times. 5 into 5 into 5 becomes 125, 7 into 7 into 7 becomes 343, and that is the cube of 5 by 7. Therefore, 5 by 7 cube is what? 125 by 343, and we have applied here the laws of indices. So that is the procedure of finding out the cube of any given number, and try to remember this, and further we'll learn as to how to find out the cube roots, that is the reverse operation of finding the cube of any given number. So remember the method, remember what is a cube, what is the cube number, how to find the cube of a number, or what are the different methods of finding the cube of a number, and also to find out whether a given number is a perfect cube or not. And this will help. Of course, it is very useful in mathematics, and remember, scribble it in a book and keep it as a reference for you.